Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer, and in this video I want to talk about Virgo and Virgo rising for 2024. Welcome here, welcome back, welcome to this channel. May you find something useful and inspiring to get you through 2024. If you're new here, give or take a day on either side of dates I give because it depends on your time zone. And it's good to listen to your sun sign first, then your rising sign. Many of you ask about moon signs. You can listen to your moon sign if you are tuned into astrology and you can adapt. Because of course the energies will affect your emotional life, and the forecast that I'm doing now for the sun sign and the ascendant sign is more pragmatic and is focused on your being in the world, being at home, being in life. The moon sign is more about our emotional needs, our emotional habits, our emotional patterns that are very deeply ingrained. So go ahead, but you'll have to adapt. So 2024 Virgo, since March of 23, Saturn came into Pisces. And the prognosis for 2024 is that Saturn will still be there for the entire year. It's also going to be there in 2025. It will move into the next sign, but it's going to draw back into Pisces and only fully leave Pisces in early 2026. Now, what does that mean for you, Virgos and Virgo rising? It means that there is an opposing force to your energy, which you can use to get your ambition into the next gear. There may have been obstacles, there may have been blocks, there may have been delays in the area of your life that you are experiencing this Saturn transit. If you're a Virgo sun, Saturn will be opposing your sun. So it's like someone is looking at you and they're looking at you with an intensity that is forcing you to take more responsibility in your life and to shift gears. And often Saturn affects our career house because the career is where we face so many challenges and so many milestones. When we get it right with our career, we are satisfied. And it seems as if all the other things in our life take their place. If you are a Virgo rising, you will have Saturn traveling through your 7th solar house, which is the house of partnerships. There may have been delays or obstacles in terms of cementing a partnership further. There may be some commitment to a partnership. Maybe you are getting married in 2024, or you got married in 23, or you had a baby together and life has suddenly taken on more responsibility with you and your partner. Other ways the Saturn in Pisces can manifest for you, Virgo, as we go through 2024 is a realization that you have to shift tactics a little bit. Maybe you've changed your alliance in an organization that you belong to. Maybe you've shifted the way that you deal with structure, with responsibility. Saturn is the planet that wants us to build and to cement something that is going to be good for our future. And with Saturn in Pisces, it is the beginning of a new 7-year cycle for you since 2023. So if you are experiencing any kinds of challenges, I invite you to make a shift that you can think will last and make life more meaningful for the next 6 years. Saturn is there to help you to see, where am I heavy? Where am I using discipline in a way that is turned possibly negative? Because yes, we need responsibility, we need discipline. But if we're taking on something and we're just going step by step in our Virgo way, which is an earth sign, so there is a lot of steadiness in Virgo. The Saturn in Pisces transit can help you to realize, maybe I can be a little bit more fluid. Pisces is a water sign. Maybe I can let go a little bit, and my structure might have to shift. It might have to change. Think about water eroding stone over the centuries. We've all seen rocks on the beach that have been washed by the tide for eons. So maybe now you have an opportunity to shift something in your life. Maybe it's relationships, maybe it's work, maybe it's home. And to make life a little easier for yourself. And Virgo, the other very positive energy, Jupiter in that house of career, coming in on May 26, 2024, that's really going to give you a boost. So if you're making switches now in 2023, you might have another opportunity for even better change as June gets underway and you have this blessing from bountiful Jupiter. So that's the overview, and let's dive in month by month with a little bit more detail so you can plan your calendar in tune. January 1st starts with a movement of your ruling planet, Virgo, which is Mercury, moving from retrograde motion to direct motion. These are neither good nor bad movements. They simply emphasize things, and you are probably more affected than other people by the movement of Mercury. So January 1st, you've had a Mercury slowdown in the area of your chart which rules the home since about mid-December. That's you relaxing, spending time with family, with friends, with children, maybe having a holiday party in your home, or just cuddling up and enjoying the festive season. January 1st, Mercury starts to move direct. So your ruling planet is still very slow, which means you yourself should get a relatively slow start to the year. Take it easy those first few days of January. When Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is where it will be, things can be a little confusing because we're talking about the bigger picture here. And you as a Virgo, you know that when you're organizing things, it's important to take care of the details. You're good at that. It's one of your strengths. So while Mercury is in this foreign land, relax a little bit and take your time, because by January 4th, things shift gears and you're invited to put your energy into projects that involve either children, crafts. You know, crafts is one of your strengths, Virgo, and one of your passions. And I'm inviting you in 2024, if you have a craft, whether it's sewing, knitting, gardening, whatever you do, something that is an hobby that you do with your hands, get into that and embrace it. What crafts and handwork do for you, Virgo, is they take you out of your head, which tends to think too much for your own good. So take up that tapestry needle, bake those cakes, plant those trees. So yes, all the way through to mid-February, there's this wonderful emphasis on being able to work, have a lot of energy, and to invest in creative projects, practical projects, things to do with children, or simply just doing what you love. You find the time in January and you make that time. As mid-February rolls around, this is now your opportunity to get healthier. So any niggling injuries, any well visits that are overdue, that doctor's visit that you meant to schedule, or that dental cleaning, February is a great month to tackle those things. There's positive energy, there's active energy in that area of your chart, so utilize it. Also a great month, especially the second part of February, to do that clear out so that your daily routine can flow a little more. If junk has been accumulating in your kitchen cupboards, in your walk-in closet, in your entry hallway, lots of gumboots, lots of Wellingtons, lots of ski boots, throw them out, give them away, donate them, repurpose them, whatever works for you, but use that second part of February to clear the decks. And this is in preparation for your full moon, which takes place on the 24th of Feb. And you want to know that this is an opportunity for something to manifest in a positive way, to come to fruition. This could be referring to the intentions that you set on your birthday in last August or September of 2023. And you've had all that time until late February of 24 to set something new in motion. And now is when it comes to fruition. So on that date in February, the 24th, give or take a day on either side, look back, think about your birthday of 23 and see, what have I accomplished since then? Am I actually in a better space? And it's my sincere hope that you are in a better space, because you've been learning how to manage that Saturn energy, and you've begun to realize and know what you have to do to seek deeper self-fulfillment. As March gets underway, there's pretty much of the same theme, and a reminder that hopefully you've got some travel in under your belt during the Jupiter movement through your 9th solar house, because from January 2024 until the end of May 2024, Jupiter is still going through that area of your chart that it entered into in spring of 2023, encouraging you to get out there, to read new books, to visit new places, and to expand your mind. Then around March 22nd, we see this shift of energy into your house of relationships. Now, many of you say to me, I'm not in a relationship, or I'm divorced, or I'm too old to have a relationship. How do I understand your forecast when you're speaking about the relationship house? So look, it's not only your permanent partnership. All of us are in some kind of relationship with the world. And it might be referring to a business partnership. And what can happen if you're not in a relationship and this house of relationships is activated? Issues or concerns surrounding relationships may come up for you, and you may seek to talk to a friend about them, or to seek some kind of counsel, or you may feel that for the first time you're actually ready to go out there and possibly seek or be open to another relationship. And if relationships simply aren't your thing, then the 7th house can simply, when we're speaking about it, it refers to the fact that you're not hiding away in your home at this time. You're not avoiding company. It would be good for you to step out into the world and be active and be seen. There are times throughout the year where it's preferable to lay low, to be at home, and to keep your head down. There are other times where it's good to step out, because when you do, you go to a concert, you go to a state park, you go to whatever you love to do, you tend to meet people, or opportunities tend to open up for you. So Late March and early April is one of those times. The other themes that are activated in late March and for most of April is the financial house. And this is both your finances, your money, your resources. And if you are in relationship, your partner's resources are also going to be activated at this time. There's energy in those houses. We've got 2 eclipses coming up. The first eclipse of 2024 is on March 25th. That's in your house of finances. The second eclipse is on April 8th. That's in the house of your partner's finances. Once again, you're not in a relationship. It can be other people's money. It can be referring to your investments. Simply pay attention to finances at this time. The secret with eclipses is don't make rash decisions or decisions you feel pressurized into making before they happen. So wait until the week after April 8th to make important investments or decisions about how you want to change your retirement package. If you're heading up for Social Security time, wait until after the eclipses to get into all that stuff. This could also be referring to medical insurance or all those kinds of estates, investments. You could be dealing with a parent's money that you have to work through. Changes in your salary, adjustments, whatever the case. Wait until after, preferably even the end of April, if there are contracts to sign, new houses to buy, whatever that may be, because Mercury is also very slow during April. It appears to be moving backwards in the sky, and that's happening in an area of your chart which has to do with those finances of others, with the taxation, etc. And I'm assuming that this, for many of you, will just have to do with working hard to get your taxes in. So please don't have any worries about it. It's simply that eclipses can bring something to light that has been hidden. So you want to be very honest at this time. You want to be very upfront because you don't want to get any surprises. Then the very end of April has the most exciting planetary activity. And this is when Jupiter, that planet of expansion, is going to hook up with Uranus, which is the planet of awakening and of changes and of opportunities. So that is going to take place in your house of travel, your house of expansion that we spoke about. Wonderful time to take a trip, even if it's a day or two. Maybe it's armchair traveling. And it's also a very opportune time to let go of any philosophies that are no longer relevant for you. When Jupiter and Uranus get together, they give us this opportunity to throw things out of the box. Of course, we want to not throw the baby out with the bathwater, but this really is a golden opportunity to let go of those outdated beliefs that your parents ingrained in you, that your mother put into you, and you no longer find them valid, and you're reacting to life in a certain way. Maybe you're being over-conscientious, which can be a tendency of Virgo. And this can lead to anxiety when the mind is so active and it wants everything to be in place. Maybe you're going to be able to let that go. And if you are in need of counseling or therapy, late April, early May is a wonderful time for that, because you're going to have energy in that house, that area of your chart which has to do with going deeply into your psyche, wanting to heal, wanting to see what's there, and to be able to, as I say, let it go. Let it go, let it flow. Earth signs tend to be retentive. They tend to hold on. So they can push things down and they can stay there for many years. So with this opportunity from Jupiter and Uranus, you can let go. During May, especially the early part of May, I see you working hard, keeping your head down, just going about your business. And then on May 23rd, there's a polarity that comes up between the home and work, because we've got a full moon that is activating, energizing the area of your home. And we've also got the beautiful planet Venus entering the area of your chart that has to do with work. And this is going to be followed by Jupiter on the 26th. That is going to bring all those opportunities in. So if you are experiencing some tension between home and work at this time, maybe your children, your family, your husband, your partner are demanding your time, and you also have a lot of commitments where you want to get ahead with your own business, with your job. And this is fine. We all experience this type of tension. And astrology mirrors life because it shows us that these two areas in the chart are opposite each other. So when something takes place in one house, the other house is affected. And it's up to you to learn how to manage that mindfully. And that full moon that takes place on May 23rd, that's an opportunity to look at that. You know, do I need to tweak the balance a little bit so that I don't experience such a discomfort between the time I spend at home and the time I spend at work? These are energies to help you to adjust your life. Every new and full moon is an opportunity to make an adjustment, and that's happening practically every 2 weeks. So are we using those to our advantage? Pay attention as well what's happening on the 26th of May, because that will set the tone for the rest of the year with how that Jupiter manifests in your house of work. Once again, if you're retired, if you're not working, how do you interpret this? Jupiter moving through that area of your chart could give you a change in social status. It could mean that you are finally doing something in the world that is going to be acknowledged, or you're shifting focus on how you present yourself to the world. Maybe there's something of a new image coming up for you. So you will know, Virgo, you apply what I'm saying to your own life. And it's incredible just how diverse the number of manifestations of these energies can be while they are still adhering to the same symbolic language. June 3rd starts the month off in a very positive way for you, Virgo, because your ruling planet is going to enter into one of the signs where it's most comfortable, and that is Gemini. And again, that is relating to your public standing, your house of work. And it's only there until around June 18th. So that's a golden period for you. And if you're watching this forecast early on in the year, make a note of that in your diary. June 3rd to June 17. You have this window where you're operating at your best. You're thinking clearly and you want to use that energy. This is when you want to do that presentation. You want to put forward those ideas about, you know, maybe getting a promotion at work, or you want to reach out if you're studying. Maybe this is the time you're going to really be able to sit down and write that paper, write that exam, write that essay. The only challenge that we can face when Mercury is in such a strong position is that it can tend to make us feel a little bit wired in our nervous system because we are completely all systems go. So I invite you to get good sleep during those few weeks. Go to bed on time. You need your sleep, Virgo. You really do. There are also very realistic opportunities in both June and the first few weeks of July for traveling abroad. So I hope that some of you are lucky enough to have that opportunity. And remember, around June 21st, it's Cancer season beginning. And this is a harmonious time for you, Virgo, because this is your house of friends and dreams and goals and wishes. So you feel good at this time of year. So nice to take a trip, or simply to relax at home if that's what's open to you. And most of July is an interesting mix of work and pleasure, because there is a lot of activity once again for work. You know, some of us work for the sheer love of it, and many of you Virgos are like that. There is a passion and commitment to the service that you do in your job. And I see this coming in, especially in July. It looks like you're enjoying work. How wonderful. And there's also energy for going on short trips. Maybe you're going to the beach over the weekend. Maybe you're finding some time to relax and recharge your batteries. Mercury will also be in the second sign it rules, which is your sign, Virgo, all the way from July 25th to September 6th. What an opportunity. And of course, it's spending so long traveling through the realm of Virgo, because it's going to take a little holiday in between where you also get to kick back. But when it enters the sign July 25th, there's no kicking back. You're going full speed ahead. You're revitalizing yourself. You're very active. You're very busy in whatever you're doing in your life. And there's very positive energy coming in around August 4th for you to be selective in what you are taking in your life and what you no longer need. Maybe it's a certain friendship that has outlived itself and you're no longer connecting on the same level. Maybe you're going to move away from that at the beginning of August. Maybe you're going to be clearing out your wardrobe and some of those things that you've held onto for so long because they make you look and feel young. Maybe you're going to realize, wow, you know, it's time that I let go of these things. Let me give them away. Let me donate them. Clear out, Virgo. It's going to make you feel good. When your home and your space is clutter-free, your mind can operate. And with Mercury in your sign for all this time, you get that chance to clear the decks and to declutter. And you'll have a mini rest period from August 5th until August 28th. When Mercury is moving retrograde, that's a good time. Clear out, and also a very good time to reconnect with old friends, family members, to get those projects finished that were on the back burner for however long. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer at that time. So allow yourself relaxation while you also tidy up things. And of course, I get to wish you a happy birthday because the sun will enter into Virgo on August 22nd. So many happy returns for a beautiful 2024 to 2025 year. September starts off for all of us with an opportunity to receive some kind of message from the planet Uranus. It is changing direction, and at this time we can be very open to frequencies that are inviting us to contact our authenticity and to change. So I invite you to tune into that. And take note that the 1st and 2nd of September are dark moon days. It's just before your special new moon, which is on September 3rd in Virgo. So during dark moon, it's our time to go within, to process. Don't worry if you feel listless at this time, if there feels as if there's a certain lack of energy in the air. Something is brewing, something is fermenting, and it's going to emerge after that new moon for you. So on the 4th, set your intentions for the year ahead. probably it's close to your birthday, make those journal entries. And as the moon waxes, grows in size, so can your intentions, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes for this new solar year. There are other positive energies happening around September 4th. You've got Action Planet moving into your house to do with your hopes, your goals, your dreams, and your friends and organizations that you belong to. And it's going to be there all the way until early November. So gather with those who are like-minded, put energy into friendships and also into those aspirations that you have. Now is the time. The other energies that are favored for late September going into October are again highlighting relationships. There's going to be a solar eclipse in that house of relationships for you. That'll be around the 17th of September. So things could come to light at that time. And then early October is going to see a second eclipse, and that will be in the area of your chart once again that has to do with resources. And I'd like you to link the two dates of October 2nd and that March 25th eclipse that we spoke about, which has taken place earlier in the year, because there will most likely be some kind of link. So if you are establishing a new financial pattern, maybe you're putting a budget in place at the end of March, and then around early October, you're going to get to review that, or more information will come to light on how that is operating. The week of October 9th, there are a couple of large planets adjusting. So you want to take a note and take it easy at that time. Don't worry too much if you're feeling a little sluggish. It will pass soon. This is a natural slowdown period for all of us. If you're having some delays at work, which is the area of your chart that is being activated, or things to do possibly with a parent, that's absolutely lawful, and this energy will only last a week or so. Full moon for October is on the 17th. Possibly we're dealing with values of the world. You know, sometimes someone, it could be a friend, it could be a stranger, it could be someone at the checkout till, they say something to us that really brings our own values into question. And you may be having to experience this at this time, and you might even see the world in a new way, in a new light. And it's hard to believe that it's November already, Virgo. The 3rd of November is important because there's a shift into an area of your chart that has to do with you stepping back a little. Earlier on, we spoke about how there are times that we're out in the world and there are times that we step back. So this starts a long process of you maybe being a little bit less active in the world. You're withdrawing a little bit, you're taking care of things at home and things behind the scene and processing what's going on. And there's also a lot of support from friends at this time, so don't isolate yourself too much. It's just that all that public energy that we saw in the middle of the year, now a little bit more opportunity to relax, maybe with someone that you're very intimate with or close to, or on your own, and take that time. There is also another retrograde period of your ruling planet, which begins on November 25th. So I'm seeing you having the opportunity to take a couple of days in late November as Mercury slows down. Allow that for yourself. Spend time with friends, spend time with family. And if possible, don't push your work schedule too hard during December. This is the time when there are adjustments for you, and your ruling planet is in a situation where it is not operating at its most vital. So you really want to allow yourself that time and let yourself know it's okay that you're not on top form all year round. By December 15th, Mercury is moving forward and beginning to slowly pick up speed again, and you start to feel yourself re-energizing and looking forward to 2025. We've got a couple of new moons in December. The one I want to mention for you is the very last new moon of the year, December 30th, give or take a day on either side. And that's in your house of pleasure, of leisure, of lovers, creations, children, arts. So whatever you love to do, which brings joy to your heart, I hope you're doing that as 2024 comes to a close, and that you are planning your next big strategy for when the spring of 2025 comes around. All my very best to you, Virgo. If you found anything helpful in this video, please like and subscribe, and post your comments. I read each and every one. I will see you next time.